Howdy, all you delicious people. It's that time again. It's Bluetooth time. I don't know why. I just kind of like, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just put my Bluetooth on my on me, and every time I come into this, most of the time because I'm gonna like I was gonna watch a video, but then I decided, okay, well, there's enough storage on my phone. I can make a little quick little conversation or something like that. About one that we have reached another milestone greatly enough. 505 subscriptions. Every single time there's a 5 number that goes up in the on the channel, like you're going to see a video of me hopefully uh thanking everybody and kind of mentioning what is going to go on to the channel. Reasonably today I don't for the life of me for once have to mention that there is progress being done on a Sex Sells and Movies video because I'm going to be putting out one right as of now. As I'm recording this, a Sex Sells Movies is being uploaded. So, more than likely, if you see a weird, like, if this video doesn't look the crispiest performance, whatever, that's why, because I'm doing this while uploading a video. Anyways, as if my way of doing things has always been the most high def looking thing anyways, and I apologize about that, but hopefully one day that'll change. Anyways, so excuse me, uh I have to drink like a lot of I have to eat and drink a lot of stuff uh in rapid fire concession cuz like basically I don't eat very much, so when I do eat, it's like I gotta eat like I haven't eaten an entire day. So I gotta like force like an entire amount of liquid and or food into my gob a lot, while I'm like inconveniently while I'm not recording something. Anyways, so I apologize about that. The digestion of things. Anyways, what is like recently the only thing that I really got is what's really just going on in the channel today. Batwoman episode 10 is coming up. People might still be wondering if I'm going to review Crisis on Infinite Earths. I've made that abundantly clear that I will never be reviewing that. I don't care if it's gonna give me a lot of views doing it. I don't care if it's like, no, this is the thing you have to review. I'm not going to. I'm going to go out of my way to honestly not review it. And if people hate that or if people don't like that, I'm sorry. Oh well. Uh I just don't want to review a crossover event. I hate those. Um like if anything, if there is a crossover event with shows, I want to tend to avoid them, unless it's an actual good quality show like Arrow, and then I'll watch a crossover. But I only watch the crossover of Arrow, and that's it. Like I'm not going to watch the crossover of Batwoman. It's not going to happen. Never in my life. I don't care if that is going to be the greatest Batwoman episode ever, that crossover episode. I don't care. I don't want to watch a crossover event. I don't. So, but Batwoman episode 10 is going out to be reviewed. That is going out today. And their Sex Sells Movies is going out today. I have this video going out as well. I have to figure out what the heck third thing I'm gonna do today. Um, because like, excuse me, I extremely do apologize. Um, anyways, I gotta figure out the third video, of course, for today, and more than likely, I could just take a relaxing day and just be like, yeah, only 2 videos. But no, I think I'm gonna try and figure out that third video to do. Anyways, other than that, there's not much really going on in the channel that I can divulge and say this is the new thing that I'm going to do because I have really nothing new. Everything that is kind of been new has been showcased on the channel already. I did one episode of Hijacker Jack, and that just kind of was just a thing I put out there. Seems like Dates Inferno kind of went well, and like, but I don't even know if I can continue to do that series anymore. Like, it quickly reaches to the point of like a game that wants you to pay to play, and that becomes quickly apparent that that's what it wants to do. So I don't know how I can do more of that game. Um, Other than that, Honor of the King, I think, was a series that every time I would consistently go into it, the views would be getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I just decided to like, nah, like let's nix that whole thing. King's Throne Game of Lust is still going every other day. Um, but like kind of usually like these days are kind of like my play days where I can just kind of like, okay, if I want to do something new or if I just want to kind of uh, put out a bunch of movie reviews, like that's what I'll do. Like I've been putting out more movie reviews than anything else lately, and I hope that people, whoever have really liked any of the movies that I've been talking about lately, have been liking that content. Yeah, it's not something that's gonna get me 100 views within a day, but maybe eventually it'll go somewhere. Like everybody probably has an opinion about said movie or said show or said whatever. Kind of like Sex Education Season 2, that review is also out there for you guys to see. Me talk about that show and how I felt about it. And like, I don't think that show is going to be like the first season. I think that was going to be like, bizarrely, that thing is going to be a quick success. I don't know if Season 2 reviews are going to go into a huge amount of success. It would be nice because so we can kind of get either a new audience or a new whatever. But on a season 2, though, it seemed kind of weird. But anyways, other than that, it's just like, yeah, we're just kind of still like treading waters, trying to see things that I really want to eventually put out on the channel. I know Netflix right now is doing the Legend movie with Tom Hardy, where Tom Hardy is playing two characters. I actually really do want to see that, so you guys might be getting a review of that in the future, in the soon to be future. I want to watch that movie because that movie always really interested in me, and Tom Hardy playing two characters in a film, um, that is really interesting. Other than that, I might just coincidentally just find some things here and there to just talk about on here, and I'll tell you where I'll get them from. There's also like a Tom Hardy going on Tubi right now, which I'm kind of like, man, it looks like the cast is pretty good. It looks like it has Tom Hardy on it. It has Gary Oldman. I think it's called like Child 44, and I kind of really want to like review that. It's like really calling to me and looks like something that I could like watch and probably say it's like, okay, I watched this film. Like I didn't think where I was gonna, like, I don't know if it was gonna be good or not or whatever, but because I'm kind of very gun shy about this movie, so I'm like, I don't know if I really want to watch this film, but it does look intriguing. Anyways, yeah, like I can probably talk to the heavens about stuff that like I hope to do or want to do or whatever. But I also don't want to make this a hugely long video of just like, I hope to do this, but it might never show fruition, and then people might be like, man, you're just doing videos about stuff that you like hope to just do in the future or hope might be appealing, and but then you never actually like follow through. It's like, well, yeah, there's some times where like I go and I watch something or I go and I download a game or something and it ends up not working out, or the movie that I thought I could review on here, like I go and I watch it, I'm like, this isn't something that I should bring to a YouTube audience and review, or this is something that is so like controversial that if I feel that I bring it up on here, I will get some kind of like thing that I did not want to get on YouTube. Um, like if there's like a super controversial movie and this and that, like it might be a movie that I might avoid because like if it's something like super controversial, like I don't like movies that go into like stuff about race or all kinds of other stuff. It just I tend to avoid all the controversial things because ultimately I don't really want to poke the bear of the YouTube community where it's like people will just go in every day just to search if somebody has reviewed a certain movie yet and just go into the video, not actually watch it and just dislike it because it's that video that yeah. Anyways, there's been a plethora of many times where people have just done that where it's just like where like and I think like people just moved on because they realized that I was gonna like continue to do this regardless. Like there's sometimes where people like just dislike the video. I'm like, why? Maybe it was too long. Maybe it was like maybe whatever I said didn't make sense, or maybe this and this and that. But ultimately, I'm just gonna keep doing videos anyways. It's just gonna be I'm gonna try to figure out like something quickly to get watch and whatever and see and hopefully like be different than everybody else that's on the platform because I'm going to try and look and search on YouTube to see if like 800 other people have also reviewed um, such and such show, such and such movie. I kind of have been fairly lucky because I ultimately would just start watching certain shows or certain movies regardless, just because the wind struck me the right way someday, and luckily enough, people were actually interested in that same content. So yeah. And of course, the background today is just like the profile picture and just exploded up. If I ever were to change that profile picture, then this video will be this background of this video will be really outdated. Um, but I don't know. Like, I'm just like I guess yeah, I should really like talk about it. Like 505 subscriptions, like and how every day we're seeing progress. I don't know how we're seeing progress. I don't know where everyone's coming from. Eventually, some videos eventually get traction or see the light of day, and then people make their way over here. There might be a lot of times where people just come from a dead series, a dead thing that I did, or maybe they might be waiting or expecting for maybe for me to do another episode of such and such thing. I'm like, well, no. like like every once in a while I'll just meet somebody from a series that I finished or that I completely did and like they'll comment on something just like and they'll talk with me about the story and I'm like, "Oh my god, like this was like a year ago or this was like 6 months ago or this was like a while ago since I had done this or I'd watched this or I had this and that and this person wants to go in length about this movie or show or game and I'm like, man, it's been so long since I've watched this. If I can remember something like I'll comment back to you, but man, if it's been a while, like I need to like I'm not gonna rewatch the entire video to remember what it is that this person like is asking or whatever, but like I'm gonna try to otherwise like talk to a person honestly and just say, yeah, I might not remember this or I might not this or that. Um like if anything there might be a lot of people that have just through a lot of the games that I've done asked me about a certain portion of it and like I don't remember this at all. I'm like so I have to actually rewatch the video to see what the heck they're talking about. Um, but ultimately, it's just like it's great. It's fine. If anyways, like if people are nice about things, people have for 90% of the time, people have been really nice, or people have jokingly said things, and like it's really been a much better, a much greater experience than I could have hoped for. There's a lot of people that have been really nice through commenting and stuff like that, and eventually have wanted to continue the journey on with whatever the heck I do, because they, like, I somehow just won them over. Like, I somehow just, through comedy, bizarre effing things that I say during the time that I do my videos, like, people will continue to be on here, and I'm eternally grateful for that, because I never thought I would get 505 subscriptions, 505 people, 505 people. Whether or not everybody's just like adding an email onto whatever it ends up being, if it ends up being like a bot subscription or whatever it ends up being, still, it's still a subscription. But there's always a person behind that, and that's what I always want to still cement, and never it be like, oh, this is here where he's going to be like the guy that is going to be like the YouTube words and the algorithm and this and that, and like talk about like the mechanics of YouTube and this and that. No, I never want to be that person. I just want to be the person that is just like, I'm grateful, and that I hope that I can do what I say I can do, and I hope I can find a lot more stuff that I can bring onto the channel, because man, it's getting difficult, it's getting complicated, and it's getting to the point where, like, I don't know if I can make an entire series off of certain things that I find. It's like, I think I can make like one episode, but will somebody want to watch 10 episodes of one thing that I put out on here? And reviews, sometimes that does work, but like mobile games or stuff like that, you're very unsure. You're just kind of like Mosquito Rush. I just put that out there, and I'm kind of wondering, should I do a second episode of that? Will it be interesting enough to do a second episode of that? Where it's just kind of like just me just trying to make it through tasks of getting some hearts while a anime photo is in the background of something. And it's usually a seductive looking picture of some woman. Like, I don't know if I don't know if I can make a series out of that. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be worth it or not. But anyways, it'd be always be interesting to just kind of try it out. But without a doubt, yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here, because I don't want to again make this video too long. I just want to say thank you. Reasonably, if there is, like, say for example, if people want me to review something on Netflix, because I currently can watch things on Netflix. If you guys want me to review something on Netflix, maybe to see if your opinion is valid on something. Maybe you really hate something and you want my opinion on it, and you're like, yeah, I really hate this movie. Do you hate this movie as well? And maybe it's something that I've seen, and I can just quickly comment on a video and just like, yeah, I've seen this movie. I hate it. It's stupid. Or maybe I'll do an entire video based on that one request. Maybe I'll watch the movie over again if I haven't already seen it, or maybe I'll just kind of like, if it's something I haven't seen, then I'll watch it. Depending on what it is, there might be whatever recommended is like, no one would watch this. Like, or it does kind of get to a point where like you look at the movie that it's recommended and like, yeah, you might like this movie, but I don't know if I could really like, I try to say that I'll watch everything and whatever. Like, if it gets to like a bizarre requesting like thing, like I'll try to do something, but then again, if it's like, I want you to watch the whole series of Arrow, and even to the points that suck, like I just wanted to know every single thing about how you felt about Arrow. You know what? Kind of looking back on it, I could probably review Arrow season to season. Just kind of like, hey, this is what I felt about Arrow season 1. This is how I felt about Arrow season 2 and 3. And up to the point where, like, Deathstroke was a thing. And then I'm like, peace, I'm out. And then, like, And like that's where I can say is like the stopping point. But I don't really want to go about that avenue. I just feel I don't know. Like ultimately, I could do it because I ultimately liked the early seasons of Arrow, but I don't know. Just like I did it with Supergirl because I never saw Supergirl. Like Arrow, I've seen the shows. Like going back and looking through it and mentioning how great it is. Uh, like of course Arrow was great in the early seasons. Yeah, everybody feels that way about it. Um, so yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna just kind of get out of here because ultimately it's just me just kind of blabbing on about things that I could probably put up in the future. But ultimately, a lot of this stuff is just kind of like see if there's interests that are there in things. See if people are like, yeah, talk about Arrow, talk about the Tom Hardy movie Legend. I want to see that. Talk about this movie. Talk about that movie. Hey, this movie's on Netflix. Go ahead and check it out. Like, there's been some stuff that I've casually seen through other reviewers and other this and that, and I kind of want to check those out as well. But I also don't want to feel like I'm checking it out and reviewing it, like, because I don't know, like, I feel kind of uncomfortable if I watch some of these videos and then I ultimately afterwards, like, review it. I don't know, because it feels like I've kind of, like I'm stealing their idea. Like as if like I did that once, but like I didn't feel like I was gonna get a huge amount of viewing points or viewership out of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Like I didn't think I was gonna make like 1,000 views off of that review of that movie, so I thought I was safe there. Um, but there might be some Netflix movies or some Netflix shows or some stuff that I could see somewhere that and this and that people have reviewed. And I want to kind of just like, yeah, I'm gonna go and review that as well, like simultaneously, like the day after they mention it, I'm gonna do my review because that'll just. It seems like shenanigans. It seems like shady things, but and I don't want to like. I don't want to seem like, oh well, I can review this better. Even though there's probably at some points where it does seem like I say that or seems that way or whatever, or that I hate people that do shorter YouTube videos. I really don't care how long or short a video is, as long as it feels honest, as long as it feels like people aren't trying to schmuck people out of money or out of viewing points or whatever the heck mechanic you would call YouTube nowadays. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here because I keep saying that. So I'm gonna actually finally get out of here. So goodbye, everybody. Like I said, if you guys have any opinions about probably what I should see in the past, maybe something that you really enjoyed. I tried watching the show Dark, but I haven't really gotten back to it yet. I want to try to maybe get into that maybe a little bit more. Um, Fiction T Reviews had reviewed a movie called Sweetheart. I don't know, I kind of want to like see that because I like monster movies. Not thinking that I can get like 1,000 or 100 views or whatever if I do that as well. Like I just like there's some stuff where it's like oh, wow, like based on like how like Fiction T reviews like some of the stuff, it sounds really intriguing. So if you guys haven't seen Fiction T reviews, go ahead and check her out. I think there's another. I left a link in the description of one other video that I mentioned maybe a day or two ago, but I guess I'll leave a link on here. Fiction TTEA reviews. You guys can check her out. She does reviews and stuff like that in a much shorter amount of time than I do. So if you want even a quicker like review of a movie than I do, because I do long-winded stuff, so go ahead and check her out. Uh, yeah, she almost has just as many. Well, she has more subscriptions than I do, um, but ultimately, yeah, it's just like we kind of like review similar stuff coincidentally. Um, so more than likely, if I review something, maybe you'll find out down the line that she might review the same thing. And again, quicker reviews with her, and yeah, she's really interesting and fascinating. how her kind of mind churns. Like I probably the way my mind churns is usually in a comedic aspect to make a joke out of something because that's just how my mind churns. It's not like I want to be a stand-up comedian on here. All everything that I try to do is trying to make a joke. It just bizarrely comes out that way. That's my thought process. To make a joke rather than like always be like 100% serious about whatever review or mobile game that I go through. So yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. Definitely check out Fiction T Reviews. I will leave a link for her channel in the link in the description. But other than that, I'm gonna say thank you guys for otherwise being here, still being here, and I don't know. Hopefully, I can get a lot more crap done in the next coming of days, and I'll just coincidentally just find a whole bunch of stuff that I can just bring to you and come in here and it'll be at the height of its popularity or it'll be something brand new that everyone will want to view and see and evidently everything along those lines. So I'm going to get out of here. Goodbye everybody. Goodbye everybody.